Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard, your host for this pre-market session. And each morning we watch this volume spike column in every one of these scans to see if we have a stock that is spiking upwards like the one you see on the screen. Once we confirm that we have a spike, we come and check the current bar volume to make sure there's enough volume to get in and get out safely. It's not a certain number. It's just that we have good volume flow. There's no pauses, no hesitations, a good battle going on. Once we confirm the volume, we want to see these green bars breaking above this yellow average volume line. This is Dominator Master. The green bars are buyers. The red part of the bars are sellers. So it gives you early indication that they are taking profits or pulling out. And down here is the My Blessing. The green part of this line are buyers. The red part is sellers. The white line is the trend of the stock. So to quickly do it, we see a volume spike. We check the volume. We check to see if we have green bars breaking above the yellow line. Is this indicator moving up? And that's the time we want to make a decision if we want to get in or not. And if you are new here, make sure that you trade on paper. Attend these live streams over and over and over till you get tired of watching them. Trade on paper, write it down, your entry, your exit, and your results. Once you are profitable on paper, change over to real money, but start with small share size, anywhere between 1 and 10 shares. If you are profitable with real money, the only thing you need to do to increase your profits is increase your share size. Also, I am not a financial advisor. I build indicators that help you learn the stock market, tell you when to get in, when to get out, what you should be doing. But I am not a licensed professional, so make sure you reach out to the proper authorities before you use any of my indicators or take any of my advice. You could lose some or all of your money if you don't know what you're doing. Also, in your active trader, make sure that your TIF is set to EXT. That stands for extended hours. This is a pre-market session, so it's before the regular session opens. You must have TIF EXT selected to get the trades to execute. Thank you for joining me this morning. We have about 2 minutes to go before the market opens. Haven't seen anything moving except for this one stock that usually moves just before our market opens. And then when our market does open, it usually pulls back and sells off. So be careful and be cautious of that. About 1:45 to go. This is Friday. Always use caution on Friday. A lot of traders start selling stocks to get back to cash before the weekend. May not happen this morning, but it will happen throughout the day. So don't get caught by somebody selling out on large share sizes. About 30 seconds to go. All right, let's see how we can work this morning. Hopefully we'll make a few dollars. Here we go. Watching TRNR. We got a red bar down here. The My Blessing is pointing south. That does not mean it will not turn around, because it could. Just watch for a tall green bar. We do have a resistance level at $1.94, which is right here, so it may not move far if it does go up. Want to watch for these numbers to be rising. They're not necessarily moving right now. They have had activity, that's why they're popping up, but we want to see this number increasing on this volume spike indicator. And I'm not seeing that currently. There, and they are still good. Haven't changed it in many months. I had a really good trading day yesterday. I think I was one of the few. My pleasure, Aaron. TRNR spiking up a little, just all of a sudden. Let's see if we stop right here at the top of this red line, or if we even make it there. Looks like we have a few interested buyers, but rejection right there at $1.94. Let's see if there's enough buyers to break through it. Pushing a little higher and pulling back immediately. Don't let it tease you into getting in. If it doesn't run, it doesn't run. We don't want to take a loss already this morning. It's already red, pulling back slightly. We need to break above that resistance level and stay up there. We're not doing that. More buyers coming in. Price not moving that much. Got over 500,000 in volume on that one candle, but not climbing. Indicators look good. Let's see if we get a breakout here. This one's pointing north. Just a little bit of buyers here. I think they're giving up on it, though. Bunch of sellers coming in. Looks like they're giving up on it too. We could still break out as long as we hang around up here at the top. We may end up with enough buyers to keep pushing it. It's not moving the way I prefer it to move. I'm going to stay clear of this one. Usually when I say those words is when they take off. I'm trying to help you guys out. Maybe I should leave my desk, take a break, watch them all run. All right, we're up at another resistance level at 205. If you were brave enough to hang on to it that long, congratulations. You're braver than I am. 206. So if you were lucky, you probably picked up 5 to 8 cents off of this candle. Good job, Necky. Did have a lot of profit taking on that last candle, this red section here. BCG, I made a lot of money on this stock yesterday. 4 trades, 1 stock, 1 hour. Good job, Nora. Had to hold does not sound too good. Hopefully we get more than this one hesitant stock. Don't forget to check this spike column also while you're looking at these 4 or whatever you're looking at on your computer. Make sure you always check your magic scan. This scan is keeping track of all the stocks that have moved over the last 30 minutes. Watching the spike columns, none of the numbers are moving. Going to change over to RGTI. I've seen it showed up a couple of times this morning, but it looks like it's sold off since then. So not a good one. See what BCG looks like. Not good. Holo, not enough volume. NIXX, not enough volume. Enjoy your warm coffee. Good job, Terry and Adrian. And Joseph. Nikki, have you been running it for a while? You've already right-clicked, edit formula, and checked the EXT box on it? If you just loaded it, if you look at my screen, you have to right-click, edit formula, and there's a box at the top to check that says extended hours. Good job, Rosebud. Yeah, and in pre-market, all of your scans should be down to about 50,000 shares traded on your minimum volume. If you don't bring it way down, it's not going to pick up very many stocks. So if you've moved it up above 50,000, you're going to get less stocks showing up. Ronnie, if you're talking about the volume in your scans, you have to hit the scan tab, then the 3 hamburger bars on the right, and look for your personal scans. You can change the volume on each one. There's no one-click solution to change all of them. You have to change each one. If you need assistance with that, support will help you out. Well, it's feeling like a Friday. Hardly anything moving. If you're just dropping in, thank you for joining us. Aaron, I don't hold anything long but very few stocks. My longs were PLTR and SoFi, and I'm no longer in them. I sold while I was in profit. So I'm holding nothing currently. In and out, back to cash. When the market's in this kind of condition, I don't let it sit there. I don't want to lose any. So I always go back to cash before the weekend. Actually, I go back to cash after every trade. That is correct, Don. Turner pushing up to 216. That is another resistance level. I'm going to continue to stay out of this stock. I don't want it one candle at a time. If there's not a lot of people buying it and continually driving it up, I'm not interested in them. When you're playing this game, it's a risk. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I want more than that. I don't want to tease. I want to make some money. Aaron, I don't use VWAP. I use the 34 EMA. To me, it's more reliable than VWAP. When most stocks pull back down, if they're running up, when most stocks pull back down, they pull down to the 34 each time and continue to run. This indicator lets me know the trend will continue if we bounce off of it. VWAP kind of goes flat during the late day. You can't really get any information off of it. This one you can. This 34 EMA also, if the price is above it, I know we're on the right side of the trend. If it's below it, we're on the wrong side. You can use it that way as well. So I don't buy anything below the 34, and I don't short anything above it. Live, learn, all of these indicators are on the premium membership side. If you care to join us, there's a label at the top of the chat where you're typing, the white and yellow one. You join our Discord for free, then upgrade. And you get all of the indicators except two. I have two premium indicators. This one down here is one of them. This one comes with your membership. And I have Master Scalper, which is a chart indicator, which is very good. So the Master Scalper and the My Blessing are extra purchases. These are $99 each. The premium membership is $79.95 per month. And everything's easily made back within usually a week or one day for some traders. Easy to cover the membership fee and the cost. Of course, that depends on the trader as well. Right now, I want to pay for my coffee. One trade, please. Above $1. For you traders that struggle on a 1-minute chart, try moving to 5-minute or even 3-minute. Kind of takes some of the noise out of it, helps you to hold on a little bit. I don't think anybody would have held on through this candle because I know it was once red. So even on the 5-minute chart, it would be pretty tricky to hold on. But it does slow things down. If you have trouble trading off the 1-minute chart, try the 5 or the 3-minute. Me, I'm comfortable with 1. The Momo is actually a 30-minute indicator. But you don't change your chart time frame to this indicator. I'm using the 3-minute as a factor to get to 30 minutes. So it's 3 minutes over 10 bars, which is 30 minutes, and that's how it's coming up with these numbers. You never changed Momo at all. It's fine-tuned the way it is. Stays on 3 minutes forever. Lord, we need a trade this morning, please. TRNR trying to push back up to the resistance level at 216. Good job, Carrie. And you're right, only one moving so far. TRNR looks like it's going to find a resting spot at $2. May go into a squeeze here or consolidation period. Doc, I can't do it when I'm streaming over to live to YouTube. I'll have to do it once that session ends. Doc, I just verified it off screen. It is 3 minutes, if that's what you were wanting. BTAI spiking up. We have resistance at 257 on this stock. Checking the volume is good. It has nice flow. We do have a buyer bar. This indicator is pointing north. Let's see if we get a green bar here. We're going to keep pushing and breaking through. We need this bar to grow tall to keep the momentum going. If it doesn't grow tall, we may pull back. Don't want to see any red coming in on this bar. And don't panic if you see a little bit of red, because there will be some profit takers on the way up. Pushing a little higher now, 264. 264 is another resistance level. We need to break through it to keep going. Remember to take profit on the top of these candles. Don't wait for them to start falling off on you if you are in decent profit. Take some of it or all of it. That's the way to do it. Don't wait for a red candle and then try to get out when everybody else is trying to get out. Or your exit may be overlooked and you'll be wondering why you can't sell, and that's usually because everybody's trying to sell. Pulling back to 255 and back down. Good job, traders. I got 125 off of it. I kind of got in late. Happens every time I get into support questions. Never fails. Doc, if you right click on the column heading, edit formula, it's right at the top. You have to check the box next to the time if that's what you're trying to do. BTAI pulling back now. And if you're new here, that's how fast they happen. I was looking at another screen and then I saw everybody posting BATI. At that moment, I knew I was already late. Terry, what did I do? You're the one that made the money. But thank you anyway, brother. And good trading to you. Well, thank you for joining us this morning, Jake. If you want to see what we do, just attend these YouTube live streams Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I start at 5:55 a.m. Central Time. We do pretty good in the market, even though the market's not pretty good. Watching the buyers here to see if we get a bounce back up for a retest. I kind of doubt it on a cheaper stock like this, especially because it's pulled back down so far. But there's always possibilities. I see the buyers trying to push it up. Could be the FOMO traders, fear of missing out on the second run. That may not ever happen. My blessing indicator's pointing south. It needs to turn back upwards. So you have to always be paying attention, looking for spikes, looking at your scans, waiting for that one moment when that volume spike indicator goes off so you can get in as quick as possible. So you have a lot of decision to make. Spike, does it have volume? Is there green bars? Is this one going up? I'm in. It's not that easy, but that's the scenario. Trying to push it back up, showing a lot of weakness here. A lot of sellers. SS, you're going to have to look for other sources of help. This is a trading session, not how do I get this to work kind of deal. Good question, though, but I can't do it in this session. BTAI still hanging around here. These bars are getting shorter. You have to remember that these are also volume bars with buyers and sellers. You can see the volume is dropping off. The bars are getting shorter. So there's less people interested in this stock. See, you try to find the ones that are at the very bottom line, but that's not always the case. Sometimes they will pull back to the next lower line before the bounce up. So you can actually play all of the lines on the volume profile. The yellow line or center line is always going to be the point of control. That's where the most volume is being traded. And most of the time, the stock, once it runs up or down, it will return back to that yellow line. But you can play all of the levels. If there's enough buyers there and they're driving this stock all over the chart, then you can play the different lines. The perfect scenario is to catch that bottom line and run it back up to the yellow. But if it's at the bottom line and the yellow line is just above it, they're all down at the bottom, I don't play them at all. Good job, Neki. And y'all are desperate. Y'all are playing one candle profits and getting out. Me, I wait for the runs. Well, we didn't get skunked this morning. We did have one stock move so far. Aaron, on YouTube, every indicator that I've built, there's a video on it on YouTube. You just have to scroll through them and find them. I think there's a search feature where you can search for them as well. And I do not do training classes for if you want to look at it this way, I'm live every morning if you are a premium member for 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours, sometimes longer than that. I prefer to train you while I'm trading instead of show you a video, hey, watch this and figure it out. So once you're a premium member, you're stuck with me for 4 hours each morning. Live training, live trading. I think that's the better way to do it than to put a video out there and hope you watch it. We do the same thing over every morning. Watch for volume spikes, plan our entries, watch these indicators, and make a profit. You can also watch all of our past live sessions on YouTube. Just hit the live tab. Go back as far as you want to go to get proof that this system does work. $79.95 a month. And just so you are aware, I do not say, okay, buy here and sell here. I am not a licensed professional. I do not want the liability. If I were to say buy here and I was wrong and you lost $1,000, I can only imagine the lawsuits that would be coming. But these indicators, if you learned them, they will give you your entries and your exits without me verbally expressing it. So just remember there's legalities I have to follow. In other words, protect myself. And that's pretty much for any trader. See you later, Elvis. You have a blessed weekend. See you on Monday. Good morning, the Queen. Watching these spikes, I don't see any moving currently. We have some numbers, but they're not rising. This volume spike indicator was my way of getting away from paying for scanners. It's just as accurate, and I don't have to pay $800 a year to watch a stock that's already running being called out. It's kind of strange, the activity that BCG had yesterday and today looks like it never happened. I find that kind of strange. You would think there would be some kind of follow through. Good morning, Nano. This section right here, I think it starts at about 10:10 in the morning. I didn't buy into this stock in this area. This is where it caught my attention. Then when it pulled back and broke through this 34, I made an entry here and got out up here. I actually got out before this red candle on each run, but each time it pulled back to the 34, I planned another entry and got 4 trades out of this one stock. and made a fortune. I was hitting it hard. And usually I'm not even trading at 10 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday I had nothing to do. Just left it on and happened to be on that stock. It was all luck, every bit of it, except the trading part. But it was luck that I left the computer on that symbol and just happened to look over there and it was starting to move around. It was my profitable day. 5,200 was my profit on it. I'd made 1250 in our pre-market session yesterday, then added 5,200 to it with that stock. Made 4 trades yesterday. Struggled to get 1250 in pre-market, then waited on the one, then ran into the 1A plus setup and tripled it, quadrupled it with one trade. It did, Joseph. It was a beautiful stock to play. It was easy to play. Wasn't real volatile once it started moving up. It just kept moving up. Didn't have no big red candles after the run up. BTAI, a few people trying to pay for their coffee, it looks like. Let's see if they can push it higher, get it back up to this red line. It's not likely, but it's possible. This is the stock market. Don't want to see any red in here when they're trying to push it higher. I don't do options. I have enough cash just to trade straight up. If you don't know me, I've been trading since 1990 on ThinkorSwim. I've been coding for the last 16 years. So lots of experience and knowledge comes along with this membership. Nice recovery, Joseph. At least you stuck with it, fought it out. It does. Happens to me too, Joseph. Everything looks beautiful and you get stung. Nothing ever guaranteed in the market. It has its own mind. You can have the best indicators in the world, be into the best trade, and all of a sudden a big red candle can appear. That's the risk we take as being traders. But through the years, you learn how to get out before those red candles happen. Some of us are still learning that. I never suggest waiting for it to hit red candles before you decide to get out. I leave a lot of money on the table, I do admit that, but I also lock in a lot of money just by selling on the way up. And I'm out fast because they're all buying when I'm selling. Experience comes over time. Time is the key word to trading. It's not something you're going to learn in a week or a month. You have to be dedicated to it. Put all of your spare time practicing, searching stocks, looking at charts. It's not a get-rich thing overnight kind of program. This is real trading with your dollars, and you can't afford to lose them. So you don't just jump in the stock market and hoping to pay your light bill on Friday. It don't work that way. You have to spend the time, gain the knowledge to become successful. Well, I was hoping that was something other than TRNR, but it's not. Letters, that is correct. I don't like low volume, and usually in the regular session, the market volume dies around 9:30 or 10. I don't like playing stocks that are crawling like snails. I'm too impatient for that. I've been scalping too long. I'm used to the quick action. And in the morning, it's real traders, not algos trading. I'm sure there are some algos, but the real traders outnumber the algos. That's why we're able to produce big runs in pre-market. And it's much more difficult in the regular session for that to happen. So I have decided not to trade the regular session past 10 o'clock in the morning until the market turns around and traders come back in and we're not fighting against algos. I will stay out of the regular session. All right, YouTubers, your time has expired. It's only free for 1 hour on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Hope you made a little bit of money with TRNR this morning. I didn't, so if you did, feel grateful. Want every one of you to have a very blessed weekend. I thank you for joining me this morning. I'll be live again on Monday at 5:55 a.m. Central Time. So come join us, make a little bit of money, have a very blessed weekend, and I will see everyone next week. Goodbye.